Hello, welcome to the Roundhouse podcast with Paul Sulentrop of Wichita State University Strategic Communications. Thanks so much for listening. We are continuing our summer series, introducing you to newcomers on the Wichita State basketball team. Our guests are Jahari Long and Bryce Hurd. Jahari is a 6'5" guard. He is from Houston, which is an increasingly popular destination for Shocker recruits. Jahari averaged 12.2 points, 4 assists, and 3.3 rebounds at George Mason last season. He helped the Patriots to the National Invitation Tournament. Bryce Hurd is a 6'6" guard. He is from Chicago. He comes to Wichita State from Dayton, where he averaged 6.6 points, 2.4 rebounds for the Flyers last season. Let's start with uniform numbers. Jahari, you wear number 11. Give us the backstory.
The reason I wear number 11 is because when I was in middle school, I was a huge Jamal Crawford and Kyrie Irving fan, so I just stuck with that number.
We're going to talk about NBA guys later. Why do you like Jamal Crawford? I guess Kyrie Irving is pretty self-explanatory. Tell us more about Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford, just his skill, just the way he handles the ball. I think that's something that I was able to gain or take away from his game, and I just love watching him. And my dad introduced me to him when I was in elementary, so I used to watch him a whole lot.
Jahari, tell us how you ended up here at Wichita State.
I ended up here at Wichita when I first entered the transfer portal, maybe 5 minutes after I hit submit. Coach Mills called me, and we talked, and I really liked what he was saying that he would be able to do with me just as a player. And I just like the way that he lets his guards play free. And I was just a huge fan of that.
Did you decline a bunch of phone calls before Paul Mills popped up on your screen? How did that go?
He was actually the very first call. He was the very first call, and I really liked that. So it showed that he had a lot of interest in me as a player, and he just trusted what I was able to do. So
I hear the part about athletes liking the plan for them that they're presented. Give us some insight into that. What did he tell you about how he would best utilize your skills?
Really just allow me to play free, just allow me to be like a second coach on the floor and just make decisions. And basically just win basketball games. That's what I was looking for the most, just being able to play free and just win basketball games.
Bryce, tell us how you ended up at Wichita State.
Going through the process of the portal, we had our Zoom call probably a couple of days into when I was in the portal, and then I came on a visit, I think, that next Friday, and then coming out here, I was kind of skeptical, to be honest with you, but I came out here, had a great visit, had a great plan, and they had a great plan for me, and I just, kind of looked around. I just liked the place, I liked the culture, and it kind of stuck with me.
How did they overcome your initial skepticism?
I don't know. It was just I didn't know what to really expect from Kansas. Honestly, I've never been to the state, so, never been to the city, but I kind of knew about Wichita State. I've been to a game when I was younger when they played against Loyola. So it was just cool to be here and, be a part of this program and have a chance to.
And describe the coaches' talk with you. How were they going to utilize you? What did you like about what they had to say?
Yeah, but it just a lot, like Jahari said, a lot of freedom within the offense. I just want to win games, really. So, coming to a winning culture, seeing what they did last year and just have a chance to just boost that and, build off that, it was really exciting for me.
And you're wearing number 1, and you said all you had to do was ask.
Yeah.
That just seems crazy. Feels like that should be. I'm going to read you some of the past number 1s. There's a lot of really good number 1s here. Kenyon Giles last season.
Yes, sir.
Xavier Bell before him. Tyson Etienne, kind of a borderline NBA. He may have actually played in the NBA. He definitely was that kind of guy. Marcus McDuffie.
Okay, yeah.
Zach Brown. Joe Ragland. Gal McHale played in the NBA. He's from Israel.
Okay.
Aaron Hogg. That's some pretty good number 1s. You got a really good number for just showing up and asking. Bryce, music during the warm-ups. What's on your headphones? What are you listening to get yourself right for the game?
Honestly, I like to play a lot of people from my city, a lot of Chicago artists. So honestly, I go with a lot of G Herbo, Chief Keef. I like to get amped up before the games, get the energy. I just like to feel the energy before the game. So, I just get amped up with those type of music.
Jahari, take us inside your playlist before a game.
It really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Some days it could be like R&B. Some days it could be rap. Those are mainly the two that I listen to. So I listen to a lot of G Herbo, a lot of Youngboy. Other days I'm listening like Teddy Pendergrass or Mary J. or Alicia Keys or something like that.
Very good. So the Shockers have been here roughly 3 or 4 weeks practicing, doing individual drills, of course, lifting, all that kind of stuff, playing pickup games. Jahari, give us your first impression of Shocker basketball. What's important? What makes this program go?
My first impression is that this is probably one of the most versatile teams I've been a part of. We have a lot of players that can get to the paint and make decisions. We have a lot of athletes. We have a lot of shooters. And I was really excited. I'm really actually shocked. Like, I feel like we're going to be one of the best teams in the country. Like, I even tell people back home that we have a chance to be like a top 10, top 15 team in the country sometime this season.
Bryce, how about you? What's your first impression of Shocker basketball?
Honestly, the exact same feeling. Just a lot of excitement. Seeing, a lot of returners, so it's a lot of people, get to ask questions. Don't have to always go to the coaches, just go to my teammates, and they help us out a lot. But it's exciting. We have a lot of players that can do big time things this year.
Jahari, who wins a game of horse on this team?
A game of horse? I might have to go with Pierre Cousinard.
Okay. Good choice. Bryce, how about you?
Game of Wars. I don't know. Probably like Jahari or Jordan, something like that. Probably, yeah.
Jahari, so you visited Wichita State in 2017 for a game versus Illinois State. PJ Cousinard, back then in Houston, was the connection. Tell us about that visit. What impression did that leave?
It was one of the best impressions I could have gotten for a first college basketball game. I remember they were playing Illinois State, and it was packed, and it was just crazy. PJ told me that it would be that way, and, like, the fans were, like, crazy here. And I remember after the game, I think we went to, like, where, a lot of people who come to the games, like, were sitting. And, like, as soon as we walked in, they all just yelled "Coos" as soon as we walked in. So
the Champions Club is, I think, what you're describing up on the concourse?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So, I seen that, and I was like, PJ, a legend here, and it was just amazing. I seen his picture on the wall when I came here, and, it was just a great experience for me, and I was like, I want to have a chance to do that somewhere, in college someday.
PJ is fondly remembered here for his playing career, definitely. So, Jahari, you mentioned playing point guard, being a coach on the floor. Take us through the job description. What's a point guard need to do out there?
I think the main thing for a point guard is just being vocal. I think that's the most important thing, and just understanding personnel and, what a teammate is good at. Just knowing when to be aggressive, when to get others involved, and just never like putting my head down or something, or worrying about a play that I didn't make. Just always being ready for the next play and making sure other guys are picked up as well.
As I've watched a little bit, I'm not going to pretend I've been out there every minute of every practice, but I've watched some. I would say you play at your own pace. You are not, nobody's hurrying you up. How do you get to that place as a point guard?
Honestly, just a lot of playing. I think from a lot of experience, I was able to gain that part of my game. I think it mainly started when I started playing in high school. When I was a freshman, the game just felt so fast for me. And then once I, just kept playing and got more experience and watched more basketball, I just began to get more comfortable, and, it's carried me a long way.
Do you have a point guard that I guess you talked about Kyrie and Jamal Crawford, or do you have point guards that you really emulate?
So my favorite point guard when I was younger was probably Rondo. As I've gotten older, I've watched a lot of Steve Nash, Andre Miller, just the great passing point guards, and point guards who aren't afraid to be aggressive when it's needed.
Bryce, what's your favorite practice drill? Is there one that you really think is productive, or one that you think really showcases what you can do?
Favorite practice drill. I like the build up drill. It's like starts off 2-on-1, then goes to 3-on-2, and then 4-on-3, and then just eventually 5-on-5. There's a lot of transition. I like to get out in transition, so I think that's my favorite drill.
Do you have a least favorite practice drill? One that you hope is not on the script for the day?
I probably I haven't found one I haven't liked yet. So
that's good. That's smart. Don't tell the coaches, because if they know, they'll put it on there.
I don't think I have one.
Jahari, how about you? Is there a practice drill that you favor?
Probably 65-65. First team to 70 starts the clock for 2 minutes. That's probably my favorite drill because we're just playing and it's just up and down. So probably that one.
So that's kind of a late game situation, tie game. Limited amount of time on the clock.
Yeah, race to 70 for the time the clock to start, and then it's just time management from there.
Okay. Do you have one that you're not looking forward to when you see it on there?
The transition drill that Bryce said was his favorite.
Okay. The one that Bryce loves, you're not so much of a fan of. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, when my team's winning, yeah, but when you're losing and you're doing a lot of running, it's probably the worst drill.
Bryce, I'm going to make you an NBA coach. You can pick any current NBA player to start your team. Who is your choice?
That one's tough. I probably just still have to go LeBron. Well, is it a young LeBron or is it old LeBron?
It's current. We'll go current just to keep it simple.
Okay.
Current NBA player in their current age.
Okay, I'm gonna have to switch my answer and go Victor Wembanyama. He just has a lot of untapped potential. I feel like he's 7'4" that can really do everything. So, yeah, that's probably like a coach's dream, really.
Yes, I think we've had at least one other Victor Wembanyama a choice in that. That's a solid one. Jahari, how about you? Who are you starting your NBA team with?
Does the age matter?
Yes, age matters. You're picking current player, current age, current status.
Probably Cooper Flag. That's one of my favorite players just because he just plays so hard every possession. And I first saw that when he was in high school. I watched the game and he was just playing so hard. Or one of my former teammates, Derek Queen, just because he's so skilled. He can pass, he can score. Probably those two. They were in the same draft class and went to the same high school. So,
okay, Cooper Flag with the Mavericks and Derek Queen is with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Okay, two solid choices. Bryce, Kobe, LeBron, or Michael Jordan? Who's your favorite?
LeBron for sure.
And tell us more about your affection for LeBron. What do you like about his game?
I just feel like he can do everything on the floor. He's just the greatest to me. I think the other two are great options. Those dudes can score, do everything. But, yeah, LeBron, I just feel like it's a whole different level.
There are no losers. No losers among those three, that's for sure. Jahari, who is your choice?
My choice would probably be Michael Jordan. He's the greatest scorer ever, and he's a winner. And, I watch a lot of his film just because how well he was able to score the ball. Like, averaging 37 a game is just unheard of.
Michael Jordan played in the McDonald's All-American game in this arena.
Yeah. I heard.
Okay, you heard that.
Yeah.
All right. Usually I get people with that bit of trivia. Yes, Michael Jordan played here one time. Bryce, so you come to a new school, new city. Who's the shocker who's been most helpful at telling you, hey, here's how we do this drill, here's what the coach is like, or here's where you go to get a good hamburger? Who's your team leader here?
I'm having to go. My go-to guy has been TJ so far, especially since he's from here, so he kind of lay the land a little bit more than everybody. Him or Will. Will's been pretty helpful as well.
Okay. TJ Williams has been a popular answer, a Wichitan, of course, and then Will Berg, who's back for his second season. Jahari, who's helping you out with those kind of things?
I would have to say TJ Williams or Mike Gray. They have been huge help for me getting acclimated to what goes on here.
Bryce, who's the current shocker who gives you the most trouble defensively? They're guarding you, and you know it's going to be a tough session or a tough pickup game.
It's gonna be tough. Probably like either Dylan or TJ. They just so strong, so it's always a challenge with those two. But yeah, it's just really those two.
Dylan Petit and TJ Williams are the two you mentioned. Jahari, how about you? Who among the guards can be a pest?
Honestly, the three that come to my mind are all like the ones who usually play point guard: Jordan, Nunu, and Mike. They guard me the most, and they're the most physical when I'm out there. So I think going against them has made me better in just the 4 weeks that I've been here.
And Jordan Friesen, we mentioned earlier, Nunu Jones, junior college transfer from Blinn, and then Michael Gray Jr., who is, of course, one of the returners. Jahari, when fans leave a Shocker game next January, they're walking out into the cold winter air. What do you want them to be saying about Jahari?
Hopefully, one of the most exciting players to watch. Just a winner, and does whatever the team needs to win.
Bryce, same question. What impression do you want to leave on fans after they get a few chances to watch you play?
Yeah, I just want to leave that impression like I just, make winning plays every game. On the offensive side, just go get a bucket when we need one, when we need a shot, open three, just hit that shot, or when we need a stop, I could go out there and do that for the team. So I just want to be able to play both sides of the ball at a high level.
Bryce, if you weren't playing basketball, what sport might you be playing?
Football for sure. I like football since I was young, so I have to go with that.
Tell us your football history. What position did you play and how long?
I was playing football from kindergarten to 8th grade, so I played quarterback for my whole time, really. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jahari, do you have another sport that you might be doing if you weren't playing basketball?
If I wasn't playing basketball, I'd probably be playing football as well. But I also, baseball has grown on me the more I've watched it now. So probably that, or boxing. I really like boxing. I've been watching that since I was younger, and I used to always play it like on the game. So those are probably my top 3 sports.
What position did you play in football?
Receiver.
Receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get Bryce at quarterback and you at receiver. We'll see who's got the skills. Okay, Bryce, do you have a movie, a book, a TV show that you would recommend people check out?
Recommend people check out. If we have any younger listeners, I say Back to the Future. That's always been that series is always my favorite. That's just a classic, really. So yeah, I go with that.
Okay, good choice. Jahari, how about you?
Honestly, I've been watching a lot of Power lately, so I'm not sure it's a recommendation, but it's a great show.
You're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Okay. And is Power on Stars?
Stars, yeah.
Okay. Seer Malonga is watching Suits, which I am also watching Suits. Have you guys watched Suits?
I heard of it. I haven't started.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's Seer's recommendation. Bryce, we're going to take you back to your high school. You got an auditorium full of sophomores and juniors who are thinking, hey, I want to go play something in college.
Yeah.
What's your advice for them?
Just be prepared to, put in the work day in and day out. Getting to this level is not easy. Just can't really take it for granted. You got to go in there, just put your head down, put the work in, and, hard work pays off at the end of the day. So, it doesn't matter if you're highly recruited, or if you have 5 stars or no stars, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day if you put in the work. So, I'll say that to them.
Did you know that coming in 2 or 3 years ago, or would you have liked to have somebody stand up there and give you that advice?
I kind of knew that. Even when you get in it, you even see the work pays off even more than what you even realize. So I just say keep putting in the work.
Okay, Jahari, we're sending you back to your high school in Houston. What's your advice to the youngsters?
I would say my advice would be to just chase your dream to the fullest potential. Like, if you really want something, if you really want to do something, just enjoy it, because it becomes less about how hard you're working, and then it just becomes fun. You just do it just because you love it. And I would say really just to chase it to the fullest potential, because it won't always be here, especially like now. Like, you know, it'll come a time where you won't be able to play the sport again.
Those years can go by quickly.
Yeah.
Jahari Long and Bryce Hurd, two of the new Shocker basketball players. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Rick Muma, president of Wichita State University. Check out the latest episode of the Forward Together podcast. Each episode, I sit down with different guests from Shocker Nation to celebrate the vision and mission of Wichita State University. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you for listening to the Roundhouse podcast, courtesy of Wichita State University Strategic Communications. We encourage you to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can find more Roundhouse content at GoShockers.com.
Willis, shot fake, looks to drive it, gives it the corner to McDuffie, three by Marcus, good again! Whoa, that ball barely moved the net, I think by 10, and Kelvin Sampson